Hey everybody, Happy New Year. It's Allie and welcome to our YNR chat for Sunday, January 1st. I'm so sick. I'm sick as a dog. I think all of the running around that I did last week for the Christmas gatherings and getting hugged by random people and having them smooch me and their kids run up on me and grab me, I think I just it got me sick. It's really unfortunate. I'm so coughy and sore throaty and snotty, and let me tell you, Kleenex markets those Kleenex with lotion in it, and it's a total fraud. It's a lie. It's a conspiracy. The Kleenex with lotion is no different from regular Kleenex. My nose is so dry right now. It's sad, sad, sad. But you did not tune in to hear me talk about my illness. But it is kind of sapping my energy right now, and I don't have a whole lot of energy to talk about YNR, but I did enjoy watching it this week, and I just wanted to check in with you guys just to make a couple of quick points. The storyline that had me most engaged, putting that in air quotes, was everything involving Sharon this week. She has been the star of my week, and I think maybe best I should start out by saying how annoyed I am with Nick. He is a real control freak. I don't think I realized it before, but he really, really is. He has to have things his way or the highway. And now that Adam is running the show over at Newman, I think Nick is struggling to hold on to something, struggling to have control over something in his life. And the one thing that he can do is control Faith's fate. He has complete custody over her, and he's playing this game with Sharon where he's using Faith as kind of bait to keep her away, to keep Sharon away from Adam. And I certainly understand why Nick does not want Sharon going anywhere near Adam, but I'm kind of getting tired of him using the kid as a way to do it. I mean, Sharon's a grown woman. She can make her own decisions, and this week, Nick forced her to get a restraining order against Adam. I could not believe it. A restraining order. And you could tell that Sharon didn't want to do it. The thing is, Sharon still loves Adam. Sharon never stopped loving Adam. And her attraction to Adam has always been, in part, at least, because she wasn't supposed to love him. He was supposed to be dangerous. And now she's being set up for that same kind of scenario. It's like, of course you're going to want the thing that you're not supposed to have. And the more Nick forces her, the more he pushes them together. I mean, it's pushing Sharon right into Adam's arms. And it's glorious, if you ask me. I really, really, really like Adam and Sharon. I can't even believe that that's how I feel, because I know in my mind that Adam is this bad guy, that he has all of these bad qualities, but there is just something deep in him that Sharon only seems to be the one to bring out, and I love it. I just think they're such a powerful couple, and I really enjoyed their interactions this week. Adam finds out from Nick that Sharon's supposed to file this restraining order, and it crushes him. And every time he sees Sharon, it's like he wants to reach out and touch her, but he can't. He's not supposed to. And Adam went to Sharon's house this week, and as soon as she opened the door, he was like, "Look, I know I'm not supposed to be here, but I suddenly had this realization He says, I never could understand why it was that my mother, Hope, left Victor. She loved him. She was completely in love with him. Why would she choose to go back to the farm when she could have stayed here with him? Now, of course, I think it was because Hope was more comfortable on the farm. But Adam made this connection that it was because she loved her child more. You know, for as much as she loved Victor, she loved Adam more and wanted to raise him in, a comfortable environment. So that does make sense. And Adam says to Sharon, I understand that that's what you're doing with Faith. You would have expected Adam to be very upset by the fact that Sharon was filing this restraining order. But instead, he was incredibly understanding, and he tells her this story, and he says, I understand that you are staying away from me for Faith, and I respect you for that, and I would never be mad at you for that. And I don't know if it was just him playing it the right way or whatever, but as soon as he said that, just the look in in his eyes, Sharon looked at him, pulls him in the door, closes the door, and they share this look together. Just so much longing, so many months of longing, and so much that's happened between them. And Sharon just steps away from him, walks up towards the bedroom, looks back behind her shoulder, gives him the look, and Adam just starts ripping his coat off and following her up to the bedroom where they make sweet, sweet, passionate love that I just enjoyed so, so much. Michael Mooney, I'm telling you, you can go back and listen to my earlier I'm sorry in advance for the coughing. You can go back and listen to my earlier recordings. And I hated him. I just thought he was such a bad recast. And now I'm telling you, Michael Mooney as Adam is one of the most compelling characters on the show. The look on his face when he's looking at Sharon he just says so much with his little puppy dog look. And I just was totally into them this week. And, the fact that the restraining order wasn't taking effect until tomorrow. So they had this one last night together that they wanted to make the most of, knowing that in the morning it was going to have to go back to them not seeing each other. It was torture. Of course, when it's happening, I'm like, is this a dream? Is this all a dream? Is this happening? Because Sharon had been doing such a good job of fending him off for so long, and in this one passionate moment she just gives in, and now it has to go back to lying and probably sneaking around with Nick, but then again, I don't know if Sharon will choose to continue to stay away from Adam, or if she's going to be compelled toward him again. It's probably a very bad idea. If she keeps seeing Adam after this, it's going to be a really bad idea. She could potentially lose all contact with Faith. And again, I'm just so annoyed with Nick for putting her in that situation. I'm sure he thinks he's doing what's best for his daughter, but dang, can't he see how hot Adam and Sharon are? Give me a break. Now, the thing that really, really put the topper on this week, you know I was freaking out about this. Victor proposes to Sharon in jail, from jail. How many jailhouse marriages and proposals does this woman need to have in 1 year? Come on. This whole thing, I'm so annoying. Well, first of all, the ring was gorgeous and huge. Part of me thinks Victor is just trying to get the biggest possible ring so that she can't say no. She puts it on her, she knows it's a bad idea, but yet Sharon goes ahead and just puts the ring on her finger. What can it hurt to look at this giant rock? I think she was bedazzled a little bit by it. She hasn't answered him yet, and good God, if she says yes, I will die. I will die. I made the argument last week that I just do think that Victor and Sharon are friends. I've always seen it as like a father-daughterly relationship, and this just blows that. I hate that this is being taken there. I think that both Sharon and Victor know that there is no romantic connection between them. Sharon even said to him, "Is this about Nikki? Why are you doing this? Do you love me?" And it's clearly not. We all know that Victor loves Nikki. He's in jail because of Nikki. Victor loves Nikki. He does not love Sharon in the same way that he loves Nikki. And Sharon does not love Victor in a romantic sort of way. So this has got to be all part of Victor's grand plan, which I do not understand at all. Not at all. I don't know what he could possibly be thinking. I mean, the only element that even makes sense is, I don't know, if for some reason, if they're married, they can't testify against each other, but I don't even see how that fits, because Sharon doesn't really have anything to do with Diane's murder. So I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, Victor's got Adam. What in the hell? Victor's sitting behind bars, taking, 25 years to life for Nikki. He's got Adam running his company at Newman. He's proposed to Sharon. I'm telling you, Victor is going senile. Something is up with him. Maybe Patty slipped something in his drink. I don't know, but it's very weird. And I want it to be over. That's the thing. If this whole proposal is about Victor having this as part of his plan, he should have said that up front. He should tell this to Sharon up front, rather than trying to even have some kind of ruse, have the ruse out there of a romantic relationship. Of course, Nikki walks in to the jail cell, sees Sharon with this big rock on her finger, knows exactly what happened, and it just drives yet another wedge between Nikki and Victor. It's just the never-ending story of Nikki and Victor. That's all it is. Somebody made the point last week that I thought was really strong and really important, that it seems like lately some of the things that have been happening are more like plot-driven than character-driven. And I have taken that to heart, and it really, really makes sense, because it doesn't seem in character for Victor and Sharon to be headed down this path. It seems like, again, it's plot-driven. It's just to put that wedge between Nikki and Victor, to make things more awkward for Sharon. I mean, what does Sharon have to gain from this? Victor tried to make some sort of argument about it being for her comfort or her security, but what does that even have to do with it? How is she going to be secure? She's going to have more money? He could have given her some more money without having to ruin this long-standing friendship that they've had by talking about marriage. It's just so ridiculous, and I'm so annoyed with it. And I really feel bad for Nikki, although Nikki is definitely trying to take charge of her own fate. She is trying to take on Deacon, and she was actually this week giving him a taste of his own medicine, literally. She was spiking his drinks, trying to get him back on the wagon. He revealed later that he knew exactly what she was up to. And it seems like he is kind of on to her, because Nikki is trying to act like she's still drunk, and she's trying to lull him into a false sense of security. She's smooching on him and acting like they're a happy couple, when we all know that's completely bogus. And even Deacon said, "Do I look like I have the word idiot tattooed across my forehead?" Because surely he's not falling for the fact that she has looked at him with utter disgust since the day he proposed to her, and now all of a sudden they're going out and she's smooching all up on him in public. I mean, he's not a complete fool. And in some ways, I kind of feel sorry for Deacon. I don't know. He seems like such an outsider. Just Nikki is, again, trying to make him think that she's all drunk, and she sends him out for another or they go to Glowworm for the New Year's bash. She sends him out for another bottle of wine, and while he's out getting that, she, slips away to go see Victor, and Deacon's just left there, just holding the bottle, just wandering around Glowworm, wondering where Nikki went. And he just looks like such a fool, he's such an outsider. He's all on his own. Everybody hates him, and he's totally created this situation. But I have an increasing feeling that they're going to try to pin Diane's murder on him. Nikki took the time to talk to Gloria a little bit this week about Deacon's alibi the night of the murder, because he said he was working that night, but Gloria revealed that she had gone up to her office that night, and Deacon, it's possible, she wasn't watching him the entire time, so it's possible that he could have slipped away, and so now that blows his alibi, so it puts him at the park. I mean, Deacon has said to Nikki that he was at the park, and he very well could have been. And I feel like they're just going to pin this whole thing on him, especially since we know of Sean Kanan's exit. He's going to be leaving the show, so I just have a feeling that they're going to try to pin that on him. And it is very disappointing. Just the way the character of Deacon has gone has been very disappointing. Like, all he's done since he's come into Genoa City in the past year or two has been force women to marry him. First it was Amber. Now it's Nikki. He just always comes off like such a sleazebag. And gosh, he had so much potential. I would have liked to have had him at least have one ally. He's just such a pathetic scumbag. We didn't get to see as much of Chloe this week as I was expecting and would have liked. I think that she's taking this entire situation with Kevin and, the whole being stood up at the altar thing. She's taking it way better than expected and way better than I would. Kevin's off with Angelina. She's trying to seduce him, and she's funny. She's buying little lingeries and hoping to get caught in the little outfits with him, and Chloe's left at home to worry about, how is he? Where is he? Why is he not worried about me? Why did he just abandon me like this? And it's so, so sad. She gave over her wedding to Billy and Victoria, and she had to tell Delia, after all that she did to get Delia pumped up about being a family, her and Kevin and Chloe, and Kevin was, everybody thought Kevin was the bone marrow donor, and they were going to be a little family, and Chloe got Delia pumped up for this wedding, and she got cleared by the doctor just to go to the wedding, and now, oh, sorry, Mommy's not getting married, but Daddy is. It was so weird. There's so much, oh gosh, you guys, there's so much focus on Billy and Victoria right now, and I don't know why, but I'm just not feeling it. I'm not a huge Billy and Victoria fan right now. I have been in the past, and ever since Billy left, it never quite clicked with me again. Like I said, I feel like Billy and Victoria never really talked about their problems. They never really talked about what caused him to leave in the first place. They never worked it out. We just didn't have that moment of working it out. And again, it comes back to, is this a plot-driven motivation, or is it a character-driven motivation? Because again, I feel like we're losing out on these human moments that are supposed to make me want it. I mean, I'm not just automatically wanting Billy and Victoria to get back together just because Victor held him hostage. It doesn't erase all the things that he did before, and all that's about to come back to bite him. I'll talk about that in a second, because Billy and Victoria, they kind of usurp Chloe's wedding, and then they usurp her honeymoon. I mean, Chloe even gave them her honeymoon. Oh, it was heartbreaking for her. And of course, the honeymoon was to Jamaica. So Billy and Victoria make their way to Jamaica for their honeymoon with a little stopover at the the New York airport bar with the green beer, and they go back to Jamaica and they meet the same couple that was on the beach, at the same time, the first time they got married. And if you're a Billy and Victoria fan, I'm sure that was all wonderful for you. Because it was just all of the elements of their relationship brought back, and there was lots of cute moments with them. I mean, they are just hanging out in the honeymoon suite playing honeymoon Scrabble, and there's a lot of just cool little dialogue scenes, and, I mean, they're fun to watch together. I don't dislike them, but I just don't feel passionate about them the way I do about Adam and Sharon. Like, I don't feel fire. I feel, they're a fun couple and it's fine, but I feel like it's a temporary thing. I'm afraid it's a temporary thing. I just feel like their relationship could fall apart at any moment. And I mean, that's an unsettling feeling. When they're in the hotel, the little honeymoon suite, what do you know? Just after the Jamaican couple ask Billy and Victoria about whether or not they're going to be having kids, right after that, Victoria gets an email, a response on her profile that she put up on some kind of adoption agency website, and there's some single mom, or I guess supposedly some sort of mom who's having a baby who wanted to interview them for possible adoption. And Billy and Victoria get so excited that they rush back home, and they get home and they have so much hope now. I mean, they have 2 kids, but they could have another one possibly, and Billy all carries her over the threshold of their house, and now they're married, and they're getting married again and getting ready to get their life back on track. And no sooner than they walked in the door did they get a knock on the door, and it is the girl from Myanmar, the one that Billy had an affair with. I mean, they showed a little clip or a little flashback that basically had them, Billy all drunk in that same bar in Myanmar where Kane and Jill and Lily were, right? Lily? Right? No, Victoria. Sorry, lost my mind there for a minute. It's the cold medicine. That same bar in Myanmar. That's where Billy was, all drunk with this girl, and he was so drunk that he was calling her Victoria, and the implication is that they slept together, and now she's showing up on his doorstep, and there's only one freaking reason why she would be showing up on his doorstep, folks. She's gotta be pregnant. If she's not the owner or the person that messaged them on that website about adoption, then that's something separate. But I'm telling you, this girl's probably going to be pregnant with his baby. And that's just going to cause another wedge. Ugh. It's just, they're never happy for long. So, I mean, once Victoria finds that out, and I don't know if they'll want to go ahead with the adoption or if they'll want to adopt that child oh my goodness, I can see this woman who looks like Sky to me. I can totally see her end up moving in that apartment above the garage so that they can watch her and take care of her baby. I can see that this is where it's heading. So all the Billy and Victoria fans, I hope you enjoyed your moment, your brief moment of Billy and Victoria happiness, because it's dashed. It's already going to be dashed. I can see Victoria running hand over foot to take care of Billy's baby. If she doesn't decide to leave him, I don't know, but I'm sure she'll want to stand by her man, and that's what's going to end up happening. And I am still not convinced that this is not Samantha. I don't think we've seen a whole lot of really good pictures of Samantha, Kane's sister, but I just got a little bit of a intuition, or something's telling me that Samantha, Kane's sister, maybe faked her own death to get out of that family situation. I mean, here her father, Colin, was this big mob guy, and there was the constant tension between Kane and Caleb, and I can just see her faking her death, running off to Asia to live her life, and, just randomly ends up sleeping with Billy, which puts her back in Genoa City, and I just have a feeling that one of these days she's going to run into Kane, and we're going to realize that it's his sister. What is going on with Neil and Sophia? Why did they even get married? I'm still left wondering that question. It was like Neil and Sophia's wedding The whole point of that was so that Lily and Kane could stand there as they're standing up for Neil and Sophia, staring at each other and have memories of their own wedding. I mean, how often do two characters get married and during it they're showing flashbacks of other people who were in the wedding party? Like, it was so disrespectful to Neil and Sophia's wedding to just like make it all about Lily and Kane. And again, don't get me wrong, I love Lily and Kane, but shoot, that was ridiculous. And then Neil and Sophia have this New Year's date planned. This is so stupid. I mean, Sophia is a new mommy. She's probably so exhausted from taking care of this kid, and she was really looking forward to this New Year's out. Neil was like, hey, I know, I'll take you to the colonnade room, which barely exists anymore. I don't even know the last time we went to the colonnade room. Can you even remember the colonnade room? When was the last time we saw that? I was sort of looking forward to it too. As soon as Neil brought it up, I was like, yay, colonnade room, yay. And then Kane ended up talking Neil and Sophia into like staying home watching their kid plus the twins so that Lily and Kane could go out. I'm like, what the heck? I mean, I'm really glad Lily and Kane got some time together, but poor Neil and Sophia. Like, I just feel like the writers aren't even writing for them. They're just a tool. And that just feels icky. I mean, it was cute seeing them out. Lily looked gorgeous, and Kane looked hot. I mean, they started out at Glowworm and with this fancy schmancy menu and all that, and they were like, you know what? I'm kind of over this. Let's just go to Jimmy's and get a burger and fries and just like, hang out. And I thought that was cool. And they, I knew it was coming as the clock counts down on New Year's Eve. It's like they share their kiss, and Kane looks at Lily and says, I love you. And she just looks at him and says, I love you too. I never stopped loving you. And they embrace, and, I should just stop fighting it. I should just give in. I should just totally give in and forgive Kane. I like Lily and Kane. I'm just still holding on to the grudge a little bit for his lies. But I don't know. We'll see. I think it's an interesting situation. I wonder if Lily and Kane's situation will be similar to Billy and Victoria's. And by that, I mean short-lived. I wonder if they'll be able to keep up this level of happiness. I mean, there's been so many scenes of them playing with the twins together, and they do make good partners. And it's nice. I genuinely do like seeing their little family life together. It's nice seeing a happy couple with kids. I mean, it's like inspiring and everything. So, I mean, if they're going to stay together, then we need to start working on bringing back Kane's, good side, getting us to like him again, and really working on his character and keeping him happy, having him stop lying to Lily, no more secrets, and just keep him as a happy couple, for crying out loud. Can't somebody be happy on a long-term basis? But I'm also wondering if it's true that this new woman in Billy and Victoria's life turns out to be Samantha. I wonder if that has any kind of implications for Lily and Kane. I don't know. Do you guys have any theories or any thoughts? Leave me a comment and let me know. Well, actually, things might start to pick up between Neil and Sophia as Harmony becomes more a part of their lives. Neil and Harmony have had a couple of little scenes together where they're starting to get along, they're starting to confide, and it was so weird. Neil approached Harmony and said something like, I really appreciate your advice. Sophia was pretty mad at me for running out on the wedding like that. And I just thought, or no, I think he called it that wedding or the wedding or something. And I thought, it was your wedding. Call it your wedding, Neil. He is not accepting this relationship with Sophia. And it does kind of seem like he's reaching out to Harmony, and Lord knows Harmony needs somebody to reach out to too. I think it would be good for her to have a man in her life. And I've said it before, this woman she's the closest thing to Drew that we've had on this show in a long time, and they have tried to stick many women in there to try to, quote unquote, replace Drew over the years. Never has it been like this. Nobody cleans up the way Harmony does, the way this actress does. She steps in and it just fits. It clicks in a way that nobody's ever clicked. And I really hope that this means, that she can do some more for the Winters family. And coupling that with the fact that Devon's pretty big now in Genoa City. He's got his recording studio and he's being in more scenes. And he's still working on his relationship with both Tucker and Harmony, but it seems like he's opening up to Harmony way more and way faster, and I'm into it. I like her hair. Her hair looked really good this week, by the way. It was like short and curly. I hope they do that more often. And I think she even had on a hat, which reminded me of Drusilla. It's so cool. And I like that they can talk about music together. It's just, they're cool. I definitely like them now. The one other thing I wanted to say about this is, I said it last week and nobody responded. Do you guys think that Catherine looks any different? Because she looks a little different to me. I'm looking at her now and she looks thinner. I don't know if it's because I'm just used to looking at the other actress now. That could be it. But do you guys think she looks any different? There's a part of me that thinks maybe I can tell that she feels more low energy. I don't know, do you guys sense any kind of difference in Jeanne Cooper / Catherine? I'm curious to know if I'm alone there. The only other just quick storyline I wanted to comment on is Jack and Genevieve. They are engaged, and, they're telling people here and there. For the most part, it seems like Jack's family's pretty open and accepting, but for Genevieve, this is pretty fast. She just got divorced from Colin. I mean, she was stalking him. She was stalking Colin. And she was acting like she was still in love with him. And now all of a sudden, she's in love with Jack and they're getting married. And it's kind of rushed, right? It just does seem like it's happening too fast. And again, here is the next example of character-driven versus plot-driven. I'm sorry, I don't know when I become this huge critic, but it is true. I can't ignore this. Would Genevieve and Jack actually be getting engaged if it weren't for Patty? It seems like Genevieve and Jack are only getting engaged because the writers really love showing the scenes of Jack and Genevieve getting all cozy with Patty off in the corner, squeezing her fists or ripping something up or, whatever, crying or, ugh. And it feels plot driven. And, I think Jack and Genevieve are an interesting couple, and I'm afraid that Patty is going to ruin them. I would rather them have a chance to actually have a long-lasting relationship. I want Jack to have the chance to have a long-lasting relationship, and I'm nervous that this whole Patty thing is going to ruin it. And at the very end of Friday's show, we saw Patty sneaking around Glowworm at the New Year's party in her black hat and black coat, nobody notices this. Nobody notices this woman and is like, hey, that's weird. I mean, she goes and she slips something into a couple of drinks and sets them down at Jack and Genevieve's table. Nobody's watching her? I just can't believe she got away with that, but she slips something into the drinks, puts them at Jack and Genevieve's table, and I got the impression that whatever it was, she was hoping to get it into Genevieve's glass, but Jack took a big old swig of it instead, and I don't remember if it was at the end of the show or if it was the previews for Monday's show, but he's on the floor, Gloria's fanning him, and we're hoping he's going to be all right. So, where are we going with this? What's going to be the final straw here? I mean, it's always possible, too, that Diane's murder could get pinned on Patty. I mean, she's clearly capable. Who knows? I wonder if what she slipped into Jack's drink could have been that same drug that was found in Diane's system. There's a possibility for that, too. But, I think that the Genevieve and Jack and Patty storyline is probably going to start to arc at the same time when we figure out who killed Diane Jenkins, which Phyllis and Ronan, get on that. Could you get on that, please? I was shocked at the New Year's party. Phyllis and Ronan were standing at the bar making out. I mean, they were maybe that's just shocking to me because I'm not huge into public displays of affection, but I mean, they were just sucking each other's face right there at the bar in front of everybody, and just at this party, and Nick and Avery were doing the same thing. And I'm like, dang, you guys, like, I feel the heat. You guys are hot. Yeah, we get it, but maybe you could spend a little bit more time trying to figure out who the heck killed Diane? Okay. That's all I have in me for now. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm really sorry about the coughing if it was loud in your ears or anything, but hopefully I'm on the mend. Actually, I've been sick since all week, and it doesn't seem to be getting a whole lot better, but I'm gonna get a lot of rest, and hopefully by next week I'll be feeling a lot better, and we'll kick the new year off in a way better way, with a live video version. But until then, we can still text chat about the show. You can leave me a comment and let me know what you're thinking, and we can talk that way, feedback that way. Until next week, when I fully expect to be back live and in person, and healthy. Oh, I'm hoping so. So please keep me in your thoughts. Send healthy wishes my way, please. And maybe I'll have some miraculous healing. That would be wonderful. All right. Well, everybody, take care. Have a good week. I love ya.